Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me is my good buddy Tad. Hey Tad, how are you?
I am doing okay because summer school's almost over,
Yeah,
and then I have like 10 whole days before the regular school year starts.
yeah, yeah, mine's coming up too. But I got to take my son to college. This
So,
is the first year I'm taking my son to college, so I'm excited.
yeah.
Yeah,
Eh. Out at Ohio State, so you get to go see the Billy Ireland Museum too.
yeah, I'll be definitely checking that out on the day that I'm there. So
So how long are we going to babble before we introduce our guests? What
do
do
it
you
right
think?
now. Who do we got on?
This isn't a more Saturday morning episode. Uh, uh so actually I was gonna because I don't normally like Marvel's um intro text, but this one was good. So we have Mark Russell and Bob Quinn with us this evening, and they are the new team doing X Factor as X-Men leaves the Krakoa age. I actually have to just read the previews text because it
Sure.
was actually really good.
Okay.
Fame, fortune, mutants. From the ashes of Krakoa, a new mutant arms race sweeps the globe. International governments are building their own mutant armies, but only America's X Factor has the most powerful, most patriotic, most marketable mutant heroes to stem the tide and make the world safe for democracy. Join Angel, Havoc, Frenzy, Feral, Pyro, and more as they go from one death-defying mission to another. Who will die? Who will fall in love? Who will be the first to sell out? Like, comment, and subscribe to find out. So, Mark seems to be hitting his social media well again, which I love. He does it well. Um, yeah, somebody give me the front counter pitch. Mutants, your country needs you. Join
Yeah,
now.
Mark, what
Yeah.
yeah, how did you get picked for X Factor? Was there like a bullpen where everybody was like, you know what, you're gonna get X Men, you're gonna get X Force, Mark, you're gonna get X Factor, or how did that
I
work?
I wish I had a good answer for that. Truth is, they my editor Darren Shawn contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in writing X Factor, which when someone offers you an X Men title, you need a better reason to say no than to say yes.
Right.
So it's one of the premier franchises, and it's something I always really enjoyed, and I loved the idea of being able to write about characters who are first and foremost characters and not just power sets. The thing I thought was a little weird, why were you thinking of me, was the X Factor title specifically. Like, why, this sort of like elite squad of combatants, why me for that? But then it occurred to me that this is probably the best X-Men title as a platform for social commentary about what it would mean in the post-Krakoan age to be a mutant, and how you easily it would be for you to be commodified by a world that until this very moment didn't really care if you existed. And now
Right.
all of a sudden it's like you're important because you're expendable. And also how the danger of sort of dovetailing entertainment with politics, which
Mm-hmm.
I think also is kind of what this is heavily about. I mean, and so to me, the more I thought about it, I thought this is actually the best sort of X-Men title I could hope to write as a platform to talk about the real dangers that I feel like the world is in right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Bob, how about you? How did you come onto the comic?
Oh, it's very simple. Darren called me and said, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And I said, "Do another book with Mark Russell." Okay, easy,
I
easy
suppose.
choice.
I suppose.
I guess.
I suppose. Oh man. No, but you guys are
Yeah,
right.
I also wish I had a better answer, but I don't. It was literally like just email came in. I was like, "Sure, I'm not doing anything."
uh,
Yeah, that was like kind of the pitch to me on Bob. It's like Darren, when I said yes, Darren was like, well, Bob Bob Q's available, and I was like, all right, just get him. Don't talk to anyone else. Just get him on.
Well, I'm super excited about it. The cover that I've seen looks awesome with Angel on it.
Looks fantastic.
Yeah. One of my favorite characters. Got him right here. I know this is
Sure.
This
Just,
is not
just
a
plug Greg Land here.
Bob, did you design the new Angel outfit that he's wearing there?
Yeah. We do. I mean, the way it usually works for me, at least, is like I'll bang out a bunch of different ideas, and then we'll sort of work with editorial and Mark to be like, hey, does everybody kind of like this direction? And that's those new suits are sort of ultimately what the whole team sort of decided on after
I think it looks awesome. It looks very Muir Island kind of mixed with New Mutants.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you very much. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's the perfect mix, and I think that sort of head thing that Angel always wears is that's so cool. They haven't done that in a while. I feel like
look, we're bringing the head socks back. Okay,
bringing the head socks back.
I like a good head sock.
Yeah.
There's a specific term for those.
Angel and Booster Gold. Those two guys really rock the head sock.
I liked. I mean, when in the '90s, when it was really hitting big, I liked it. And I know it kind of got made fun of for a while, but I thought it was a cool look for Cyclops, and like you said, Booster Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm also like a '90s kid, so like I see one, I go, that's comic book, so it was easy.
Well, and Havoc, you got two blonde guys with head socks leading your team. That's awesome.
Luckily, you can tell the Yeah, exactly. You can tell the difference between the heads because the two characters because the head socks are slightly different.
Right, they're just a little bit different, and one's got a jacket on, and the other
got a jacket, and the other one has wings. So
right. There
makes my job very easy.
Not a similarity between them.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, how much did you go back into old X Factor in research for what you want to do with your story?
Not a lot. I talked a lot to Darren about people who had been on the team before, like what sorts of power sets we wanted on the team, and also who was available, which was the biggest discussion we had. Is who do we have available, because there's so many X-Men titles going off at the same time.
Yep.
It's sort of like a fantasy football draft or something. It's like, well, I
was about to say, did they have a draft?
Those players are already gone.
They
don't really have
a
draft.
No.
It's more like I have to ask who else is gone, or I will come up with some suggestions of mutants I think would be good. And Darren will say back to me that those are great suggestions, but they're all used in other titles, but how about make a counter pitch? So that's kind of how the team came about. That, and also I was allowed to make up a bevy of my own mutants, which is a lot of fun if you ever get the chance. I highly recommend it.
Cool. I got a question. I noticed that one of your characters on the team. Well, I guess I have two questions, but it's really just the fact that Farrell's on the team, and Farrell hasn't really had any screen time in like 2 decades, pretty much, or a while. I don't know how long it's been, but she died and then kind of casually came back. It didn't have a lot of story, and now she's back. Did you choose her for a specific reason other than the fact that she's cool? And
honestly, the biggest reason was we needed someone who was the biggest sort of deficit we felt was on the team as we were creating it was like muscle.
Sure.
Like somebody who's just a bruiser and a badass.
Yeah.
And she was available.
That's awesome.
But no, she looks really great the way Bob drew her in this first issue, and
I think
it like
awesome.
completely fit the bill of what we wanted for a character like that.
Well, I'm a huge fan of the original X-Force lineup.
Same. Yeah.
And so I'm excited to see her back, because I feel like she hasn't. I don't even remember when she died. Would she die in Uncanny X-Force? Don't
remember. You know who else is on the team?
It's been well over a decade since she's had any kind of screen time.
Did they resurrect her in the?
Yeah, she was one of the, but like really kind of off to the side, not in any kind of. It's not like the cool moment with Thunderbird.
Yeah.
So
okay,
I'm excited to see that.
Well, we also got Rusty, Fire Fist, was also one of the original team members. He's on the team.
That the guy with the hat?
No.
Is he? Has he not been in any of the promotional images? I was wondering. There's a few characters that I
I think
wasn't
he's in
sure.
the promotionals, but I don't think he's very prominent. I think he's sort of in the
Okay.
background. But he's actually a original X Factor team member.
Yeah, cool. He's probably a little bit more in demand now that the Deadpool.
Yeah, they
part
in
of
the issue number 1, you know, he gets a little miffed because nobody recognizes him. No one, you know, they're like, "Oh, this must be the thrill of your life to be on X Factor." And
Right.
he was like, "Oh, I was on X Factor before any of these people." And, oh, what was your name again? And then they keep getting his name wrong.
Right.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
I can't wait to read this. I'm looking it up right now so I can look at the cover again.
So, give me. I mean, I love the preview blurb, but give me the front counter pitch. You told me you've got social commentary going on. Tell me in like 3 minutes or less, you know, what the book is.
Well, it's about living in a world that doesn't really want you. You know, it's about these mutants who have always been sort of discriminated against and looked down upon by the human world that suddenly needs mutants because they're in an arms race. And if your country doesn't have mutants, you're going to fall behind. And it's sort of about the double-edged sword that fame plays. And when you're a member of a discriminated against minority, because you can help, you know, promote the civil rights of your group, but to what extent are you just sort of, you know, joining the class of oppressors that, you know, they're still discriminating against everyone else in your group? So it's very much about that, the sort of survivor's guilt these people feel by being some of the mutants who quote unquote made it.
How many X titles are there going to be? I mean, do you guys have to have like meetings often where you discuss like, okay, here's what's going on in my book. Let's not cross over into yours.
Yeah, there are big email chains
Sure.
in which we discuss what's going on. There's also occasionally like a big Zoom meeting where we all have to be together to talk about crossover events. There's a couple of crossover events coming up that I can't really discuss, but yeah, we all need to sort of coordinate.
Oh, come on, Mark. Nobody listens to my show.
Nobody
tell
listens.
us all about it. Nobody
listens.
will know.
There's also a
Hi,
Discord that we're all supposed to be on, although truthfully, I'm not on it very much just because it's already sort of overwhelming. It's very different than how I'm used to working, which is in sadness and isolation. I'm used to just being, you know, alone in a library or a coffee shop, punched over a laptop, you know, sort of remonstrating.
Sure.
Whereas now it's like it's more like being in a writer's room on a sitcom where people are like, you know, gather around a blackboard, people are drawing arrows.
You have to like talk to people and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, which I, you know, not
collaboration.
Not my skill set.
I mean, you should have brought Bryson. Bryce can do the talking.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
They don't really know what you look like, do they?
No, that's true. I should have. That's probably
Zoom.
exactly what I need is a body double. Someone who can actually do that sort of thing while I do the work.
Bob, who's your favorite character that you got to work on for this book?
I am rapidly becoming the world's biggest Frenzy fan.
Yeah.
Really, really, really fun to draw. Anytime she's on the page, I'm like, ooh. And I don't know how it happened. I was just like, I don't know, this lady rules.
She's
awesome.
really badass. And I think, you know, one of the things that's sort of emerging in the writing, which I had not intended originally, is that she has this real chemistry with Pyro. Like they have so many little moments where they're just talking to each other, bouncing off each other, sort of, you know, burning each other and stuff. But it's like, there's something going on here. These people are about to
Wait,
fire.
can I ask? I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but they like introduced a second Pyro at some point. Is this the original Pyro that the guy? He's got the skull tattoo still, right? So it's the original guy,
right?
Okay, cool.
That's a good way to think of skull tattoo Pyro,
right? But there's the other guy who was like Iceman's first boyfriend or something like that too.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that Pyro, but yeah, it's the other one.
Yeah, there's some other guy, but no, this is the one that most people.
Not the Pyro from American Gladiators either.
What? That's my favorite Pyro.
Oh, that would have been cool if we could have brought brought him in.
As far
Maybe
as
if there's like one where they're doing like a signing somewhere, they could have both pyros at
Right.
I
adjoining
like
tables.
that. I like that. So,
And
so that
one says pyro, and in parentheses it says skull tattoo. The other one in parentheses says no skull tattoo. So
Yeah,
everybody's
American
clear.
Gladiators.
Yeah. I
Which-
was gonna
yeah,
say,
right,
don't
American
overlook
Gladiators.
the potential for an American Gladiators issue. I think that could be a
Yeah,
lot of fun.
I
absolutely.
definitely
Great crossover
think there's
opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need
There's
to have
room
a
for
scene
that.
now where I have a scene in one of the issues where they're at like a comic convention, like doing signings and stuff. I feel like I need to go back and rewrite it so that some kid brings Pyro, like a picture of Pyro from American Gladiators, to
Right.
sign.
Yeah.
And then he gets really upset when it's not the
Yeah,
pyro.
Mark,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm done.
burns it.
I'm done with that
Burns
issue.
the
I'm not going back in there again.
So there's gonna have to be another Comic-Con, is
Yeah.
what we're saying here.
Yeah.
I won't make you go back and read all
Thanks,
that.
buddy.
It'll be like five.
At some
It'll be the
point.
last issue, and Pyro's the only guy on the team. Everybody else has left, and joined other teams, and it's just Pyro, and he's at Comic-Con all alone after hours.
It should just be PyroCon. It should be
PyroCon, yeah.
And everyone's
There we
got
go.
everyone's got the skull.
Pyro,
Tattoo.
Pyro,
Right.
and
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Pyro, and
Yep.
then there's got to be some famous pyromaniacs out there that we could add.
Yeah,
Who-
yeah.
It
You
takes
could have,
place
like,
at
It should be called Pyro
Johnny
Maniacs.
Storm.
There we go.
All pyros like fanboys. They call
Sure.
themselves the Pyromaniacs, and they follow him
Pyromaniac.
around.
That's cool. Yeah. Well, when you said
And he's
people were
loving it
selling out-
until it turns out that they start like committing arsons.
Sure.
around.
When you said people were selling out, to me that was the first person I thought of in your roster when it comes
Pyro.
to who's going to sell out. Yeah, totally. He seems like the kind of guy who would
Who would do
who
that?
would. I'm not asking you to give anything away, but that seems like a pretty Pyro authentic move.
Yeah.
Well, against the backdrop of this sort of fame and glitz-driven X Factor, there's also a mutant underground. These people who believe that mutants should have no business in human affairs, should not be joining governments and working for human governments.
Okay.
It is they suspect that one of the members on the team is a mole actually working for the mutant underground. That not everyone on the team is as they seem, and somebody's like actually a member of underground member of the mutant underground,
Sounds cool.
a
Does?
double agent.
X-Men Witch Hunt.
So, I was
So-
going to ask. Bob just stepped away, but I
Bob
was gonna,
just walked away, so I
That-
want to ask Bob. a
I was just
question.
about to ask him about
I'll
the
stall
cover.
for time. while
No,
Bob comes back.
no, that's okay.
Mark, do you have a favorite song from an American musical, and can you sing it for us?
Well, probably the first part, yes. Second part, no.
Not gonna sing. Not gonna happen.
I thought you were going to stall for time, man.
Oh, that's funny.
Well,
Yeah, not that
I
way.
have one question that I wanted to float.
Sure.
I guess it's really mostly just a yes or no thing, but I mean, Angel is clearly the kind of marketable name.
I love
on
the cover,
on this-
right, where he's like pointing, like, "We want you."
Yeah.
You know.
Right,
It's like his Uncle Sam poster.
Yep.
right. Well, I was going to ask if is this kind of like, does this feel like Angel and the X Factor, or is this a very like ensemble kind of equal parts?
I will say it's an extremely ensemble thing. In fact,
Okay,
Angel is, in my opinion, not even the main character.
awesome.
Okay.
I
good.
mean, what
I
he's,
mean, I
what
love
he's
what I would
really
want.
saying is Angel dies on the first page.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
He shows up and gets assassinated right off the bat. And,
right.
He does play a large part
You
in the
heard it
story,
here
but,
first.
but I don't
Right.
feel like it's primarily his story.
Cool.
Are
But I
you?
thought you were an Angel fan, Elijah.
I am.
So with
No, but I mean,
But it's cool that he's not the main character. I mean, you're very inconsistent.
I
here.
no, I would prefer an ensemble kind of thing. It's a team book, but
Yeah, it is
as
it
long
is
as
very
Angel's
ensemble.
there. My
And there
my
are
issue is usually that Angel's not there. Period. In a lot of the really major X-Men teams, and as long as he's there, as long as he's sitting at the table.
yeah.
there are different
Been pretty.
characters who have sort of have like, I feel like there are certain issues that highlight other characters more than some. So
Mhm.
it's like you get a chance to be with like all the team in certain, or each member of the team individually give it certain parts of the story.
That's awesome. Do you guys feel like, because X Factor, when it came out, it was at the 80s, you know, it was a breath of fresh air, right, for the X-Men. And do you feel like with the way that Marvel is now with releasing so many X-Men titles, do you think yours will be rising to the top? Being, I mean, X Factor was a popular title for a long time. Or are you worried about it getting lost in the shuffle?
No, the way I view it is, it's not really a competition so much as it's like a fishing, expedition.
Okay.
Where it's like, people will go, I think, where the water is best, and I feel like they a good X-Men title encourages people to go fishing in that lake, and so if like the more good X-Men titles there are being published, the more likely someone's going to pick up and discover X Factor. And vice versa, the better X Factor is, the more people are going to go and discover another X-Men related title.
Sure.
So I feel like, I don't really think about ranking or competing with the other X-Men titles. I feel like it's more like it's all in all of our best interests for each of us to be as good as we can be, because we will amplify each other's success.
Sure.
If people are confident that the new X-Men line is good, they'll buy more of all of ours.
So one of the things that was hard for me with the Krakoan Age stuff was that they made you feel that you needed to have all of the books or all of the titles, right? To find out, like, I totally missed when Magneto died because I wasn't reading X-Men Red or whatever it was.
Right.
But do you feel like each one will be its standalone storyline, or is there a ton of crossover?
Yeah, you don't need to have read any of the other X-Men titles to read X Factor and get what's going on. I will say that with the exception of 2 issues, because there's 2 issues that do directly cross over into what's going with the X-Men line, and those will be issues 6 and 8.
Sure.
Which are crossover issues, but every other, most of the line are, completely, not only are they specific to what's going on in X Factor, but most of them are standalone titles where it's like you could read this issue and not even read the rest of X Factor. You still sort of understand the story and what's going on.
Yeah, that's actually one of the coolest things about it, is like it is very much like if you've come in, you're like, oh, I don't know what this is about, you can pick it up. You're going to be able to get a full story and not have to absorb the previous 6 issues worth of lore or whatever. Each one does stand alone very nicely.
I miss that. Like mid-90s Amazing Spider-Man was like that, where you could just buy an issue and you would be, fine, and just keep going from there.
Yeah, I think this is one of the biggest things that sort of hinders the popularity of comics, is the fact that people, it's like pulling into a freeway where everyone's going 100 miles an hour. It's very daunting. If you haven't read, like the last 38 issues of Detective Comics or whatever, it's like you feel like you're not going to know what's going on in this issue. And a lot of the issues are written with this deep continuity in mind, rather than like telling a solid story. I'm not picking on Detective Comics, obviously, specifically for that, but just in general. And so I really try to do the opposite. I try to write things where it's like, I'm telling a larger overarching story, but if you haven't read the rest of the story and you just pick up this issue, you're going to understand what's going on. And it's not just about these little details and nuances and, plot developments and things that, happened 30 issues ago, but it's a self-contained, you will get the story just by reading this one issue.
That's awesome. So, Bob, how far are you on covers and things like that?
You will likely notice that Marvel never asked me to do my own cover, so I'm completed with all of my cover work, which is awesome for me.
Sorry, I assumed you were doing the covers.
Oh, dude,
completed. Don't even. You were offered the job.
But buddy, listen, I work enough that I don't need the additional work. I'm very tired on most days.
All right, so same question.
I am about a quarter of the way done with issue 4 right now.
Okay.
So, I'll be close to halfway done by the end of the week. But we got San Diego, so
are you going to San Diego, Bob?
Well, I have to because I was nominated for an Eisner. So
Oh yes.
Of
course, honor bound.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well, I'll
right.
see you there. Are you doing
Yeah.
you're doing the of course you're going to be doing the X-Men signing with me at the Marvel table, I assume, right?
No one invited me to it.
Well, let me talk to that
Just
seems like an
did. You can
oversight.
sit
This
on
is a
his
very
lap.
public
You
place.
are now
I'll
invited.
sit on Mark's lap and just be like, "Hey, buddy, remember
on.
me?"
You are now invited.
Hold on for
Mark's getting me invited.
Getting you the proper.
yeah, it's Saturday at 11:30. I'll talk to Jason and
Okay.
see if we can get you added.
All right.
That's awesome.
But you're on the
Nobody
panel,
else
right,
wants
at
me
3
there.
o'clock?
So.
But are you on the panel at 3 on Saturday?
No, nobody asked me to do anything, man.
They might not. I think they
Wink.
probably didn't know you were going. But let me talk to Jason and see if we can remedy the situation.
Okay. Well, I'll be around if they want.
So, is there any big happening for Comic-Con with the X-Men line?
Well, we're having a big panel where we're introducing it'll be like probably the first sort of big sort of preview of X Factor.
Yeah.
And a lot of the other sort of upcoming titles that haven't been released yet. So yeah, they're playing. I mean, it's not a ton of stuff, but
Okay.
they're doing things to promote the new X-Men line at the con.
That's pretty
So
cool.
you both have limited work on team books. Looks like Bob has a little bit more than Mark. Mark, I don't think you've
Bob,
done.
I bought your first ever Marvel. I was doing research on you last night, and I bought your first ever before it actually even released officially, because that was when Tad and I were working at a comic book shop together. But I bought your Uncanny X-Men issue 19 before it even hit shelves.
That was my first X-Men book, way back in the day.
with Matt Rosenberg.
I bought that.
writing.
I still have it. I kind of even remember that issue. That was the one that ends with Mr. Sinister and Captain America talking.
That's right. That's the one. Those were my pages. Thank you for noticing.
Were those your pages? I didn't. I don't really. I am ashamed to say I don't know what panels were yours or whatnot.
Yeah, I think I did the last 2 or 3 pages because there was
Okay.
a real crazy turnaround going on.
Well, that whole book. I mean, all of Matthew Rosenberg's run, I thought was really great. But I do remember that scene, and I was looking you up, and I was like, "Holy cow! I know exactly what comic this is."
Yeah. No, so
I can say when you win your Eisner, I've been a fan of yours at least since you started working at Marvel.
Thank you. Yeah, so that was my first X-Men book. My first actual Marvel book ever was a 5-pager with Rainbow Roll in Ms. Marvel.
Oh, really?
Number
Yeah.
31.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, number 31, way back
Which
in
was
the day.
the 50th overall issue of
Yeah, that's correct. And we introduced the Incredible Skunk Girl,
Right.
which was super duper fun. The pizza delivery girl. But then then the next I think the next thing after that I did was a Avengers Halloween special where we turned the X Mansion into a haunted house.
Yeah, I bought that.
Which was super duper fun as well. And then obviously my storied career in Way of X and Knights of X and all that stuff. So
And Alligator Loki, right?
and Alligator Loki, everybody's favorite little miscreant.
No, my favorite little miscreant is Jeff, but Alligator Loki comes close.
Well, that's a terrible choice, but you're allowed to make it.
Gosh, Dad, read the Ruben Crumps, man.
So the question
Jeff's great. I'm just messing around.
The question I was asking, and like I said, Bob has more team experience. Mark, have you done any teams beyond One Star Squadron?
Well, are the Wonder Twins a team?
I guess you count the Wonder Twins as a team, but yeah, I don't work with teams a lot. I usually work with individual heroes.
So
I did a Fantastic Four series.
That's
right.
You did the
Fantastic Four life story.
Life story. So my question for both of you, but it is, how is it different storytelling with a bigger team versus an individual character? What are the challenges? What's easier? What's more fun? What's frustrating? Whatever. Just talk about the differences.
Yeah, they're very different because and obviously when you're writing, say, like a Superman, or like a story like that, there's a clear perspective and there's a storyteller. Whereas ensembles, you have, it's not necessarily from one person's perspective, and even if it is, you have to make sure to give everyone sort of camera time. So it's much more of a balancing act. It's harder when you can't, I think, spend a ton of time with just one character. Uh, like when I wrote the Fantastic Four Life Story series, the way I got around that was because it tells the story. Each issue is a different decade, so I had each decade a different character narrate the story. So the 60s is all from like Reed's perspective and him like narrating the story. The 70s is all from Sue's perspective, and so on and so forth. But I think that's the biggest difference, is having to like sort of like tell a story from multiple perspectives and not just let one character dominate it.
I thought you did.
Bob, anything
Oh,
different
sorry, Ted.
on the art side?
Yeah, one's a way bigger pain in the ass than the other. Like, it's just, there's so many people that you have to be drawing and fitting around, and all the panels, and making sure that the balloons are going to line up the right way so that the letterer can put the tails where they're supposed to go. It's a much more difficult, more time-consuming puzzle. To Mark's credit, he does not crowd his panels, and I'm eternally grateful for
That's
it.
the
Every
biggest
time
single
there's
lesson
only
I've
like
learned in comics.
two people talking, I'm like, Mark's got it. He understands.
Well, Bob,
I figured
suppose
this out at some point, and it's like the advice I always give to writers. It's like you have on one page room for about 9 visual elements. So if you have 9 visual elements, that's a splash page. If you have, like, you could draw 9 panels, each of which have one person talking, and that's no problem for an artist. But if you have 9 people talking on a page, that's a splash page. So I think of it in those terms. It's like, okay, there's 3 visual elements in this panel. This needs to take up at least a third of the page. And that's sort of how I internally plan out the size of panels. Like, how many visual elements am I throwing in this panel?
Yeah.
I like that.
Bob, I was
cool.
going to ask you about Knights of X. I mean, that was a big ensemble cast, and a lot of times,
It was.
yeah, and a lot of times, there was a lot of back and forth. Quick, was that one of those pain in the ass comics to work on?
I mean, I am, like, I'm being tongue in cheek here.
Yes,
it's just a different challenge. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
because it's like, yeah, because that was a significantly sized team, right? And it's like, I think there were like 9 characters on the team or something like that.
Yeah.
I could be wrong now,
There was a
but
lot.
like, it's like, you're trying to find ways to make a background so somebody can be standing a little bit taller, but like this thing just happens on a street, so now I got to move the camera angle around and make sure that this person's standing here so that this is, it's just like I said, you do start approaching it much more like solving a puzzle or doing a math equation. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Of making sure that the elements cascade properly so that it's very, because like the biggest thing for me at least, and I don't think I'm the splashiest artist on earth. I'm not under any misconception that I'm like super duper great at this, but what I think I do pretty well is make a book easy to read.
Yeah.
for the reader, so that, like, your eye can move over things easily. You can understand where things are positioned in scenes. It's easy to tell what person's doing what in what order and all that. And like just very clearly and concisely communicating what is happening, right? Like, does it look the coolest? No, it doesn't. I know that. I'm working on it. Okay, I'm trying to get better. But
I would.
but I go for clarity.
Clarity
undersell that.
is
That's the
the
biggest
most
single
important
sell,
part.
man.
Yeah.
No, well,
I was
appreciate
sold
it.
on you. I was sold on you on Uncanny X-Men 19, man. So I mean,
Well, and
Yeah.
you're up for your Eisner for Kill Your Darlings, and it's really well earned. We talked about that with.
Well, yeah, I do
Griffin
remember it. A lot of
earlier.
fun. Hey, let people at Marvel know that you get a great book when you let me color it too. So
I don't disagree.
why don't we talk to Stanley's ghost? Let him know.
when I see
But
a comic book
Do
by
we
this
talk to
guy,
Stan Lee's ghost these days, or do we need to open up the frozen Walt Disney?
I
think they're
I
probably
worked
in the
for
same
Disney
place.
too, so yeah,
Well, I
They're
was
probably in the same room.
aren't they
wherever
the
they are.
same?
yeah.
So oh, go ahead, Ted.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Okay. So I was wondering, in the Krakoa and stuff, and I keep going back to judging that versus the new era we're going into. Some titles got, 10 issues in and then we didn't see them anymore. Was that due to sales, or was that due like Knights of X, for example, or was that due to that's how it was planned out? And then what's going to happen with X Factor? Is this an ongoing title as far as you know? Like, continue?
Yeah, as far as I know, it is. We're planned. I've plotted out 10 issues.
Okay.
With the idea that we're going to get more, but yeah, if it just sells like garbage, then yeah, they'll probably pull the cord on us at 10.
Sure.
So that you'll know if 10's the last one. It's like, oh, that did not do so well.
Okay.
Yeah, I have very little visibility into any of that stuff. Mostly, I just get a script and then I start drawing as soon as I get it.
Okay.
So like they don't really communicate sales numbers with me and stuff. So.
They never tell me sales
before
order
you get
numbers.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, you
did. How dare you? How dare you, sir?
You're supposed to start drawing while it's still in the mail, man.
You got to recognize who you're talking to. All right. But the number of books where now this has not been the case with Mark, but the number of books where I have been waiting for scripts because I am so fast is it's a non-zero number of titles.
I know, and that's why I have to give you a hard time when you say
I know.
Start drawing as soon as you get it, because man, if you were really good,
if you actually knew what you were doing,
you would be telekinetic. You would use your Jean Grey powers.
You'd be
and start drawing before you get it.
Right.
Yeah.
So Bob,
hands down, the fastest artist.
I was gonna say, Bob, how
it can always be faster.
How are Mark's scripts for you? I mean, are they pretty clear cut and just boom, 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 or do you have to go back?
I have to mute Mark so you can say he sucks. I mean, I'll do that.
Or do you have to go, hey, Mark, can you clarify with this?
Are they in? Are they?
No. I usually I usually just send a layout, and I just assume that if Mark doesn't like it, he'll let me know. And we haven't had a whole lot of anything where he said don't do that, so I think we're okay.
Yeah, we're fine. One of the advantages. I mean, Bob and I have worked together on Avengers one shots. We've done Red Sonja. We did Lone Ranger together. We've worked enough together that it's like we both sort of know what the other person. What helps the other person do their job. So there's not a lot of, it's not like The Odd Couple or something. We're not like, figuring each other out. It's like we work really well together, I think. And I think one of the reasons why we work so much together, because it wasn't even really that hard to work with them at the beginning. But now it's like feels very much like we're a machine.
That makes it easy.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Has he started giving you Stan Lee scripts, Bob? He just sends you scribbled on a piece of paper. I think this issue is Galactus. Go.
No. To Mark's credit, like he's very thoughtful, right? Like, and I feel like his stories are thoughtful right. and deliberate, right? So Mark has something he's trying to say, right? He's not just trying to punch the moon, right? Like he's trying to tell you something about X-Men. He's trying to tell you something maybe about where you're living, maybe a little something about yourself. So
he doesn't need to punch the moon. He punched Mars already.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, the backer kit just went live. Anybody who's back the hardcover,
what am I thinking?
can go buy their hardcover of Traveling to Mars through backer kit. I just got that email earlier today. So any of you silly enough not to back it ahead of time can still order your copy.
Yeah. See, I have worked off of much looser scripts in the past, though. I did a couple of things with Dan Slott way back in the day, and his stuff is extremely loose. It's like these guys are flying over the thing. They'll probably be talking about something like this. Here's a line of dialogue I'll probably use. But there's advantages and disadvantages in that stuff. But like he does give, it's just different. It's just a different way of working. I like both. It's fine.
So you mentioned, Bob, that
you like working.
I just like drawing pictures. I just like drawing pictures professionally.
Then
These
you're
are good
in
ones.
the perfect job.
Exactly.
Bob,
How fortunate for me.
you mentioned that if Marvel would ever let you color your own stuff, do you like coloring more than drawing, or do you like doing them both?
No, it's not that I like one more than the other. It's
Sure.
that when I am drawing, I'm usually thinking about how I would quote unquote light the scene,
Sure. Yep.
And I have found in the past that I've had to do either a lot of hand holding or tone isn't quite what I'm going for, or I wish that the colorist would have made a stronger choice with, where the light was coming from or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And it saves me having to note up somebody else's work, and it also saves me yeah, it saves me having to note up somebody else's work. I also I don't love doing that kind of stuff too, because it's like I'm working with another, like comics is an assembly line, right?
Yeah.
But this is another creative professional who's ostensibly good at their job, right? And what I don't love doing is stepping all over it and going, "You're not achieving my vision," right? Like I kind of feel like a jerk about it, because it's like you want him to feel, or her or whoever, to feel creatively invested in the thing. And if every time they send pages in, I'm noting up every page and telling them how I don't like it, like that's not fun for them, and they don't feel creatively invested in it and stuff. Like, I felt really bad, because having come off of Kill Your Darlings and having just spent the last year coloring my own work and having, very particular how I want things to be, and then having it go that way. When the first issue came in, I realized I'd noted up a ton of pages and felt so guilty about it. And I was like, maybe just gotta. It's not bad anymore, right? We're in a new era where like our colorist is great. I've worked with him in the past on some Fantastic Four stuff, and I really really love his work. But like, it's one of those things where I kind of had to like, okay, just let go a little bit. It's okay.
I'm a high school art teacher, and I feel that same way with my students, where like you had just kind of hit the nail on the head, where you're like, you just want to do it yourself when I'm having them work on something, like maybe like last spring we were doing a mural in the school, and I'm just like, no guys, this is how I would do it. I'd put this here, and do that there. And after a while I just felt like, is this my mural or is this the kids, so
Yeah.
but,
No, totally. You get it. You get me.
Yeah, exactly. So, anywho, anyone else got any questions?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so we know the lineup.
Yeah.
Angel, Havoc, Feral, Frenzy, Firefist. Polaris is coming up, right?
Yeah, I saw the cover too.
And I was gonna ask, who's the tentacles on the third cover? Is that Doc Ock or Omega Red?
I saw that cover. I don't know. I shouldn't say anything.
Okay.
I'm a little confused. I was like, I don't know what those are, because I was like, I didn't draw any of that.
I don't know that I've seen that, or if I did, I didn't notice a tentacle. There's no tentacled mutant.
It's like metallic It's not like it's not like
cover
octopus tentacles.
I think what it's probably referring to, because it's about an attack on a moon base. Maybe it's like the moon's automated defenses or something.
Oh, okay.
I wonder. I haven't seen the cover.
Well, is there anybody we're missing on the roster?
Well, there's some new mutants.
Yeah.
There's the youngest mutant on the team is named Zyber, and he's 17 years old, and he looks like a K-pop star.
Zyber or Cyber?
Zyber is Xyber.
Okay, cool.
And his power is that he creates electromagnetic pulses, which is very helpful because it knocks out all of your opponent's electronics. But also for him, it's like getting a million X-rays at the same time. So he can only use this power so many times before it kills him. And then conversely, you have the oldest member on the team named Granny Smite, who's like 87 years old, and she just recently discovered that she's a mutant. And she discovered that she's a mutant because her mutant power is immortality. She survived a house fire, she survived a plane crash, and realized, oh no, I'm immortal, which is a terrible thing for an 87-year-old to figure out.
Sure.
So now she signed up for X Factor so she can, hopefully find a way in which she can die. So she's always willing to take on the most dangerous missions.
I love that.
If there's like a suicidal mission, she's like, sign me up. I'll be the cannon fodder. I'll walk across no man's land and draw everyone's fire happily. And so there's scenes where like there's this 87-year-old woman just sort of like walking slowly across, a field or something, and people are trying to blow her up and destroy her. And she's just smiling, just like a golden girl, just sort of like ominously approaching you. You can't stop. And people start panicking the closer she gets.
I have a feeling she's going to be one of those mutants that people are going to love and use it in the future, right?
Like, I hope so.
I mean,
I hope
maybe
really.
not. I know hitting that Deadpool level of new character is a little hard, but I
think a Granny Smite Deadpool team up would be amazing.
That would be
please.
Fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, now that we're blowing the lid off of the new characters, yeah, Granny Smite is my other favorite to draw. She's great.
Okay.
Looking forward to it.
Well, and there's a huge 87-year-old woman demographic for comics out there.
We don't have enough.
We're totally playing to the sales here.
I'm going to give it to my grandma.
Don't have enough Now, I do have a question as somebody who has experience in dementia care. How are her faculties? And if you decide that she's going to have any sort of reduced faculties, do you need a consultant?
No, she's completely cognitively well. I mean, I think that's part of her immortality is she's not degrading mentally. She is aging, which again is a very daunting prospect for somebody who is basically got immortality power. So she feels like she needs to discover like a way to die for her own good.
So
but she also kind of feels like maybe she's playing with the house's money. It's like, she lived that long and nothing's been able to kill her so far. So she's like, like a really old smoker. It's just like, well, it's all gravy now. And so she has this really great attitude. She's not afraid of anything.
So she'll just continue to age. So like when she gets to 150, she'll look like she's 150.
I don't know, but yeah, that's a horrifying question.
Yeah. Well,
I think it's something probably in the back of her mind.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll have to do like a flash forward issue where she's like 7,000 years old and she's like just
Yoda just turns into Yoda.
Yeah.
Her
she's like
special Granny Smite birthday issue.
Right.
She's just like this little head crawling around the ground.
Right. The shrunken head. Still totally cognizant. Trying to figure out how to die.
Yeah.
Bones so very brittle.
Right.
So you've got 10 issues planned out. Are you
look at Mark right now as he's kind of gazing off into the middle distance as all of these incredible things are flashing into his mind.
Yeah, it's like, you'll need to excuse me for a minute. I need to
write this down.
Yeah, he's got to write some ideas down.
Well, I mean, the advantage, Mark, is we are recording all of this, so you can just
good.
Listen to it.
Watch, yeah.
You just listen to it back.
It's like a dictaphone.
Yep. Right. What did I say? Those guys, what podcast did I say that on?
So, you guys are both going to be in San Diego. So, Bob, is this your first Eisner nom?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
So Mark, as someone who's been nominated a few times, and didn't you win one at some point?
You
won one at some
point. I won
point.
one. I've been, which is great because once you win one, you can lose as many as you want. It doesn't matter.
There you go.
Yeah, I won one for Not All Robots. But yeah, until that point, I was like this Susan Lucci of Eisner's. Had been nominated so many times and lost them all.
So do you have any advice for your buddy Bob in terms of
enjoy the free dinner,
enjoy the buffet? Yeah.
my favorite moment from last year's Eisner's was when one of my friends sent me the picture of his son asleep at the table while they were waiting for his category to come up.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
no, a lot of it is pretending to be interested, like, what are the other ones? And you're just thinking, okay, where's the next one I'm nominating for?
And you're pretending to.
Unless
like,
you're
give a
Kelly
crap.
Thompson, and then you're just nominated for all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then you don't wait. Not a very long wait.
She's the Meryl Streep of Eisner.
This year.
Is she?
This year
I didn't even
she's
look.
got
Has she got a lot of them?
She's got 5 nominations.
Jeez,
5 nominations this year.
she deserves it though. She's a powerhouse.
She does, but
Yeah.
she's got tough competition for all of them.
Yeah.
Her prediction is she's walking away without any of them. I'm pulling
Well,
for her to take
that's the way
top
you want
writer.
to approach. That's just the smart way to approach an award ceremony. You know,
Right.
you always want to be pleasantly
Try to
surprised. You
lose.
never
Yeah.
want to go the opposite way.
I'm still guaranteeing a loss for Kill Your Darlings to Pee Pee Poo Poo, so it can be really,
I mean,
really.
that is a really good book.
It is
that the thing of it is, that's what I've heard.
Oh,
It really is.
it
And
is
Carolyn is quite nice. Haven't had her on the show yet, but I've talked to her a few times at
C2E2.
cons
Yeah.
here and there.
I just want the announcer to have to announce that
That would
particular
be
title.
awesome,
That's the only
actually.
thing I want.
Yeah.
Pee-pee,
Yeah.
poo-poo.
Yeah.
that would be pretty awesome. Mark, you've still got Batman Dark Age going.
Yeah,
Anything else going
issue
right now?
4 comes out this
This
Wednesday,
week?
Yep.
Right.
This week.
and issue 5's in the can. In fact, issue 6 is already written. Mike and Laura are working on or drawing issue 6. But yeah, as far as my work is done, it's all done. But I'm really excited for people to see the last half of the story.
I mean, that feels like you just called Mike Allred slow. I mean, the same.
He is slow, but you know, justifiably.
That's
It's like,
true.
yeah, he's painting the Sistine Chapel. I mean, he treats everything like it's, the last thing he's ever going to do. So God hope it's not. But yeah, he is incredibly thorough.
And then
It looks super
there's
cool.
One
I haven't
more
read it,
issue of My Bad 3.
What's that?
There's one more issue of My Bad 3, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's it ends with issue 5, My Bad, season 3. Issue 4 just dropped. So yeah, and then as far as we know, there's no more My Bad at all. We're hoping for a 4th season, but we don't have anything else lined up. So
Well, you got to work on
Hope
that
people
because I
like
like
it.
My Bad.
Yeah, we love it.
yeah, me too. It's super fun. Super fun to work on. We're hoping for more.
And again, Bob, if you need me to cut audio to Mark, I can. What do you have lined up that you're going to bail on him, just like ghost him because you got a better job than X Factor?
Nothing. This is my job. This is what I do until I can't do it anymore.
Well, hopefully that will be many, 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 many issues. Because Mark, have you ever had like a long run on something? I feel like
The longest run I've ever had to date is actually the one I did with Bob, Red Sonja.
yeah, that's what I
That's
thought.
the longest run I've had. By the time I'm done with Second Coming, that will probably be the longest.
Right.
But right now,
do you have another
Red
arc of
Sonja-
Second Coming?
Yes, we have a fourth series of Second Coming that comes out in 2025.
Nice.
Perfect.
But yeah, right now, Red Sonja is like the most issues I've ever written of anything.
The first issue of Second Coming, first of all, it came out while Tad and I were working at a comic book shop together. But I still to this day haven't laughed so hard at a comic.
Oh, that's great.
It was, yes, exactly. It's hilarious.
It's
I-
and as somebody
I
who comes from
was-
a religious background and has a love of comic books, it's kind of unbelievably good.
Yeah, I had coffee with a friend today and wound up selling a lot of your stuff to him.
I appreciate that. I
including
think that's a
Second
day well
Coming.
spent.
It is.
Bob, I did mention Kill Your Darlings as well, so I didn't leave you out.
No worries, no complaints from me. You talk about this is your show. You plug whatever you want to plug.
No, I meant at my coffee date today. When I was
And you know
selling
what?
Mark
You can
Russell's-
that's fine as well. Any person that you want to date and or give comic books to is fine with me. Listen, man, I'm not your mom. You talk to
Tad's mom is listening, though. Hi, Tad's mom.
See,
Now wait, did you tell your mom about it or what?
Mom listened to you talk about it already.
Oh, okay,
She
great.
enjoyed that episode.
Oh,
Hey, thanks, Mom.
Funny.
Um, before we hit our standard last question,
Yeah.
since you guys are doing an X-Men book and this is the first time we've talked to active X-Men
Yeah.
mutant writers.
Yeah.
We've talked to some people who've done some stuff in the past, but this is the first time we've talked to active mutant writers. So quickly, um, give me two things. First, kind of your history with the X-Men. Were you a reader? Do you have a favorite era, favorite team, favorite creative team,
I was gonna
whatever?
ask that too.
But then who's your favorite mutant?
That's a hard one.
Why don't you go first, Bob?
Oh, okay. I am, as many have learned over the years, a fake geek girl. I didn't read a ton of the comics growing up. What I did was I watched the cartoon. I loved the animated show very, very much growing up. And then didn't discover a lot of the good stuff until my cousin introduced me to like the 90s image stuff. So like that's when I discovered Mark Silvestri, and he became like my favorite guy ever in the world,
He's
right?
pretty great.
Yeah. So that sent me back to I got to go read all that stuff. As far as favorite mutant goes, look, I'm gonna be honest. It's always been Gambit. I know he's stupid and everybody hates him now. He's got his dumb head sock and his stupid cards, but he rules. Okay.
I mean, I
Sock
My
is
wife
not
makes fun of
dumb.
me for it all the time.
The first
He's
thing we
cool.
established today is that head socks are cool, man.
True. Thank you.
I think
did
head socks are back.
actually
Head
Yep.
socks are
enjoy
back.
the
And I want
Rogue
head socks to
Gambit
stay back.
recent miniseries. So I mean,
No one
yeah,
wants
with
to
that.
see the hair on the sides of your
You
head.
know what? I recently acquired a copy of Gambit's first appearance, so I'm very, very proud of my Gambit collection. So
I still have first printing of the Gambit miniseries that Lee Weeks drew.
Nice.
Which I love. So, but just that's because Lee drew it. So what are you
Sure,
gonna do? I mean, it looks amazing. So
Lee's pretty good.
yeah,
No, it's a fantastic answer.
yeah.
Mark, what about
For
you?
me, I would say I came to X-Men through the movies. Again, I'm sort of a poser. I didn't read a lot of the comics, so I came through the original movies, with Ian McKellen, and Patrick Stewart, which I loved. I saw every single one, even when they sucked.
I agree. They're still
and I think my favorite mutant of all time is Magneto, just because I feel like what I really like a character is when they have a perspective, when they have a clear perspective, and they're not just about powers, but they actually like have a belief system that they're willing to sort of die for. And Magneto's like not only one of the most interesting mutants, but also just one of the most interesting characters. I don't know if I would classify him as a villain, though. If you do classify him as a villain, he's probably my favorite villain in the Marvel universe.
I agree. Like he's
go ahead.
hard to classify as a villain because you signed with Magneto. I'm going to get a Magneto is right T-shirt made.
Yeah, I think that's what I like about him. Is like he is sort of set up to be a villain, but he makes you sort of second guess yourself for rooting against him. So it's like this guy makes some good points.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have Polaris in there. Is there any chance that her dad might show up at some point?
Not according to plans, because she's not on the team. She's like somebody who's like trying to get Havoc to not be on the team. She's someone who's anti-X Factor.
Interesting.
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, it seems like she could bring her dad in as like the heavy hitter to
Yeah, she
or
thinks
maybe
like
you just need her wearing a Magneto is right T-shirt.
yeah, that would be good. Yeah, because she's very much like more like her, more her father's daughter than she is like an X Factor sort of fangirl.
Perfect.
I wish I had told you guys what my favorite X-Men were before you guys said that, because you just said my one and my two.
Oh wow,
X-Men characters. So that's cool.
Mine is pretty cliche. Mine's Wolverine. But
there's nothing wrong with that though. He's great.
I know. He's just a little.
There's a reason why he's got so many fans. Right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Kitty Pryde all the way.
Yeah, Kitty is.
What I love is that the older Hugh Jackman gets, the more he looks like Wolverine.
I know.
It's true. It's true.
I'm hoping to go. I'm hoping to go watch the movie on Friday. You guys,
yeah. Well, here,
that's right.
hope we get in.
What's that?
I totally forgot that it came out this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it can't. It comes out this week.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, on Friday.
No.
It is coming out this week.
Yeah.
I guess this week it's the same week as Friday. So
Yeah.
Right. So my final question before we let everybody go eat dinner or whatever they want to do, kind of my standard final question. Tell me something, preferably a comic, but I'm not that picky. Tell me a book that you love, or a piece of art that you love, whatever, that you wish more people had experienced, so that you had more people to talk to about it. Bob's looking back at his graphic novels.
Yeah.
Mark's
I'll go ahead and start.
Mark's
I
looking
recently
up into his brain because he's outside.
yeah, looking up into the sun, directly in the sun. I'm gonna hate myself because I forgot the author artist's name. It's a Filipino name, but it's called Elmer, and it's about the graphic novel is about chickens achieving sort of intelligence. So it's about a world where chickens suddenly achieve intelligence, about their struggle to be sort of regarded as equals with humans. And it's
Alanguilon.
That's it.
Languilon.
But it's a fantastic graphic novel. It's one of the most moving and thoughtful things I've read in a long time.
Yeah,
early 2000s,
you managed
2006.
to pick one out that I don't know. So
Yeah, I've never heard of it either.
Really happy.
I'm definitely gonna have to check this out.
I'm gonna go in a completely opposite direction because
Sure.
it's like it's not. I really, really loved when Robert Kirkman went to Marvel and then did Destroyer. I loved that book. And I don't know anybody else. I never talked to anybody else who's like, oh yeah, that Destroyer run that Kirkman did was really great. But I love it. It's awesome. It's like it deals with the fact that like he's kind of like this old man who's aging, and so like it deals with like this interesting stuff about like getting older, but it is still like a cool superhero punching bad guys romp, and I don't know, I really love it, and it's with Corey. I'm now forgetting his last name that he did Invincible with originally.
Was it Corey Walker? Corey? No.
Yes, Corey Walker. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
But I really like that book.
I was gonna say mine is that I would give would also be a Robert Kirkman book, but it's Battle Pope. I don't know if you've read it.
I got a copy of it. Yeah,
it's awesome. It's just
yeah, it's great.
One of my favorite Kirkman writings. Yeah. Anyway, guys, it has been awesome having you guys here chat with us about X-Men.
Nice to have you both back.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us again. Appreciate it.
Yes,
You're
it was
always
great.
Mark, we've talked to you with so many different people now. Next time we're gonna have you bring Allred.
I'll try.
Just for
That'd be
kicks.
great.
Just for kicks.
It's like catching a unicorn.
Yeah.
Because then I can finally ask him if he modeled, Bruce Wayne off of Paul Pope. Because it really looks like it.
That's
I
true.
don't think it was just the concussion.
That's true.
So,
all right, guys.
yeah.
Thanks again for
Tyler,
being.
take us out.
Thanks again for
Yeah,
being
thank
here.
you so much, you guys.
Thanks for having
And
us.
We will catch
Yep.
you guys, our listeners, after the next page. Later. Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22 Panels Podcast.